Punch it, serve.
Homer goes to the supermarket looking for free samples. He thinks any food with a toothpick stuck in it is free to try. Homer plans to stick a toothpick into a lobster to sample it.
Those are $8 a pound, sport.
Homer cannot afford the lobster. He thinks he can buy a small baby lobster. Homer plans to fatten the lobster up before eating it. He puts the lobster into the fish tank, but lobsters live in salt water. Homer mixes salt and water to make seawater, but the lobster looks like it is about to die. The next morning, Marge thinks Homer is making breakfast for the whole family, but it is actually food Homer prepared for the lobster. Homer treats the lobster like his own child and plays with it. Homer goes looking for free samples again. Homer puts Lisa inside the freezer to look for ice cream. Marge sees this and saves Lisa right away, but Lisa has already caught a cold. Marge calls the school and asks for a day off for Lisa. Marge lets her play video games to relax. Lisa becomes obsessed with video games. She has been playing for 3 straight days. Seeing this, Marge forces Lisa to go to school, but there is an exam at school that day. Lisa has not read it. She imagines getting a 0 and losing the chance of a full scholarship to Harvard University. Lisa tells the teacher she still has a fever.
Don't worry about the test. Just get yourself a nice drink of water. Then come back and finish the test.
Takes Lisa into the men's restroom.
Relax, there's nothing here you didn't see when Dad boycotted pants.
Nelson is inside, selling all kinds of exam answers, but Lisa would rather get a 0 than cheat.
I got me a 0 once, and my life turned out just fine.
Lisa decides to buy the answers. When the grades come out, Lisa gets the highest score. Meanwhile, Homer's lobster has grown big. Marge wants to cook the lobster for dinner, but Homer already sees the lobster as his child. Lisa Simpson is called to the principal's office to discuss yesterday's exam results. Lisa thinks she has been caught cheating, but the principal is there to praise her excellent score. Lisa's extremely high score raised the school's average grade. The school gets a grant. Lisa cannot hold back the truth.
Stop it! I cheated! Cheated!
Principal Skinner wants Lisa not to reveal the truth, so the school can still get the grant. Lisa is forced to promise to keep the secret. On the day the school receives the grant, everything goes according to plan, but Lisa can no longer bear her guilt. She says she cheated. The auditor forgives Lisa after hearing the truth. He thinks having the courage to admit mistakes is even more admirable. In the end, the school gets the grant. After Lisa leaves, Bart blocks the doorway. It turns out all of this was just a rehearsal. The real auditor has arrived. The auditor invites Lisa up on stage. Bart pulls out a paper dummy and pretends he does not want to go up. The auditor leaves without thinking much about it. Marge sees muddy lobster footprints on the floor. Homer explains he just gave the lobster a hot bath. Bart comes back and smells a tempting aroma. Homer never thought his care ended up killing the lobster. He is extremely sad.
Are you gonna eat that all by yourself?
Homer believes this is the lobster's last wish.
Oh God, that's tasty. I wish Pinchy were here to enjoy this.
Many people did not notice the true identity of Patrick's grandfather. One day grandfather was sleeping. His sweet dream was interrupted. He found all his collections were gone. He went to the second-hand market
My belongings are not for sale.
and traded a lollipop covered with armpit hair for his treasure chest. Another customer wanted to buy the strange thumb. Grandpa gave her another lollipop. She left. Grandpa started telling memories about these items. Just at this moment, Patrick's grandfather sensed his rusty dental floss pliers. When he saw the rusty dental floss pliers being used as a nose hair puller, his grandfather got very angry, so he began to recall. It turned out that in the Middle Ages, Patrick's grandfather was the only dentist in the kingdom. One day, when he was treating a guest with a toothache, pulling out the last bad tooth, the royal jellyfish from the palace delivered a letter from the princess. The letter said the princess had a terrible toothache and invited him to cure her. Grandpa was extremely excited after receiving the letter. He swore he must cure the princess. Grandpa rode his only little donkey. After arriving at the kingdom, the donkey brayed. The princess had been waiting for him for a long time. Grandpa immediately arranged an examination for the princess, but found the one with the toothache was not the princess. At this time, the princess blew a whistle. It turned out the one with the toothache was her fire-breathing pet dragon. Grandpa's donkey saw the scene and ran away in terror. Though Grandpa himself was very scared, he did not want to disappoint the princess. He stepped firmly into the dragon's mouth to look for the damaged tooth. Suddenly, Grandpa's hammer hit a soldier wearing armor. This soldier and another soldier had been trapped here for nearly 100 years. The other soldier had already turned into a skeleton. The soldier heard Grandpa was looking for the damaged tooth and told him the exact position. Following the soldier's instructions, Grandpa successfully found the damaged tooth. This tooth was full of holes. A group of bats lived inside the holes. Grandpa tapped it once with the hammer. The fire dragon immediately shot flames out in pain. Grandpa then took out tools to pull out the bad tooth, but the dragon shot another burst of fire. This made Grandpa's tooth extraction work impossible to carry on, and Grandpa could not pull it out alone. So he found the princess and 2 soldiers to help. Just as they pulled hard on the tooth, the fire dragon shot another stream of fire because of the pain, blackening everyone all over. When the dragon was about to spit fire once more, the princess sprayed water from her nose. The damaged tooth was also pulled out. The princess kissed him excitedly. The princess, the dragon and the rescued soldiers said goodbye to Grandpa together. The memory ended. Grandpa planned to trade a lollipop for the dental floss puller in the buyer's hand. The buyer thought it was too small. Grandpa took out a huge lollipop. The buyer finally left. His granddaughter complained they almost made the sale. Grandpa said it could not be sold. Unexpectedly, Grandpa still kept the dragon's damaged tooth and wrapped it with tape. The next morning when SpongeBob was woken up by the alarm clock again, he wanted to brush his teeth, only to find Gary biting his toothbrush and refusing to let go. He finally got the toothbrush back. Then Gary started biting the toothpaste tube. Not only that, when SpongeBob was about to eat, he found that Gary had chewed a hole in his bowl. After Gary chewed up the table as well, SpongeBob decided to take Gary to the supermarket to buy something for him to chew on. When they arrived at the supermarket, they met Patrick. Patrick led them to the section that sold chew sticks. Gary tried several but liked none of them. Just then, they spotted a ray machine. The ray machine burned a hole right through Patrick's head. Patrick's brain popped out. It bounced into SpongeBob's body. Since the brain was too small, SpongeBob blew it out just like blowing his nose. Right at that moment, Gary was drawn to a red ball. Apparently, the ball tasted really good. He thought Gary would love it, so he took the ball home. SpongeBob threw the ball across the room. He hoped Gary would pick it up, but Gary did not come back. After SpongeBob walked into the room, he saw Gary chewing on the ball. He was making all sorts of tricks with just that little ball. SpongeBob decided to go watch some TV, because he thought now that Gary had the ball, he would not chew up other things. Gary hadn't been in sight for a long time. SpongeBob started looking for him everywhere. It turned out Gary was having a tea party with the ball. SpongeBob wanted to join them. What kind of tea is it?
Green tea, Earl Grey, oolong, slippery elm.
Ball. He planned to open a can of Gary's favorite food.
Gary! Gary? Okay, that's just creepy. Gary, I think you need to spend some time away from this ball.
SpongeBob thought Gary was way too obsessed with the ball. He told Gary to hand the ball over to him. Gary decided to make a run for it. SpongeBob had already noticed his move. He rummaged through Gary's shell looking for the ball.
Hairball. Hairball. Wallet. Darn it, I thought I lost this. And I just canceled my credit cards. Aha! I knew it!
SpongeBob placed the ball up the highest spot. That night, the ball emitted a tempting red glow. Gary was immediately mesmerized by the red light. The next day, a feeble alarm clock woke SpongeBob up. He greeted Gary, but Gary was gone together with the ball. Furious, he went out to look for Gary. Just then, a drop of drool fell down. It turned out Gary was up above chewing on the ball. SpongeBob stepped forward and ordered him to hand over the ball, but Gary ignored him. SpongeBob chased Gary down. He tried to take the ball, but got bitten by Gary. Heartbroken, SpongeBob decided to run away from home, but Gary still paid no attention to him. After a while, Gary grew hungry, but there was no one left to prepare snail food for him. He suddenly remembered that SpongeBob had run away, so Gary decided to go look for him, but the ball refused to let him leave. Gary got mad and tried to bite the ball to pieces. The ball broke free and hurt Gary's eye, and bounced around the room non-stop. The ball hit the TV, causing an explosion and a huge fire. Gary hurriedly fled the pineapple house. Gary found SpongeBob. At first, he did not want to have anything to do with Gary, but Gary licked him with his tongue. SpongeBob cheered up. He decided to take Gary home. Just then, a smell of burning wafted over from nearby.
Hey, look, isn't that your ball?
Patrick's house was stolen. The Easter Island head house decided to rescue him. It stretched out its arms and lifted itself up. Then it pulled the pineapple house out by the roots. The two houses chased after the thief. Gary tossed around inside the room but never woke up. After running through the streets for a while, they lost the trail. They planned to ask passersby, but all the passersby got scared and ran away. So the two houses put on some disguises. They boarded a bus. Right then they spotted the truck carrying the rock house. The pineapple house pulled the stop cord. The bus came to a sudden stop. The houses got off and crushed all the houses under their feet as they walked. Luckily, they found the rock house. They picked up the rock house and prepared to head home. The next second, they were lifted into the sky. It turned out the truck was loaded with rock balloons. The two houses tumbled back down. They landed right at a house dealership. Just then a mother and her son came to look at houses. The salesman took them to visit the pineapple house. At this moment, the child became very interested in the Easter Island head house. After the kid went inside, the Easter Island head house blocked one nostril. It forced the kid back outside. Gary on the other side also chased away the visitors who came to look around. The dilapidated house told them they could ask the lighthouse that sees everything. At the same time, the truck entered Bikini Bottom jail. The rock house was unloaded together with the regular rocks. Seeing the inmates strike the rocks so fiercely, the rock house trembled with fear. Then it became the inmates' next target. Just as they were about to start, the rock house suddenly disappeared. Its companions had come to save it. The rock house was overjoyed. They discussed how to escape. The Easter Island head house held the pineapple house in its arms. It blasted the guards with pineapple juice. After all the guards were taken down, the three houses prepared to leave, but they found the gate would not open. The jailhouse locked onto them. After hearing that the jail wanted to arrest them, the Easter Island head house and the pineapple house knelt down and begged. They told the jail the rock house was only arrested by mistake. It was someone else's home. The jail was moved and decided to let them go. The jail prepared to set them free. Unexpectedly, the rock house smashed through the gate and rolled away at top speed. The other two followed closely behind. The inmates saw the gate was open. They all ran away too. Seeing the damaged gate, the jail flew into a rage. The pineapple house and the Easter Island head house held up the rock house. The three houses crossed mountains and valleys on their way home. They needed to get back before their owners returned. Then they spotted SpongeBob and Patrick. They decided to take a side path. They then saw Squidward, so they fled in panic and smashed other people's houses to pieces. Time was almost up, so they stood on top of the rock house. Standing two on top made them move faster. The rock house accidentally hit a bump. They landed exactly where their homes were supposed to be. Unfortunately, they landed in the wrong spot. They quickly switched positions. SpongeBob also got back home after they said goodbye to each other. After the owners entered their respective houses, the houses finally relaxed, but the jail caught up with them. Because of the jailbreak they had caused, they were placed under arrest. The houses panicked and ran away. Only Patrick stood there in confusion.
Don't I usually have